and welcome to Gierok Farms. It has been a busy morning so far here on the dairy farm. It has been a beautiful winter day. It is sunny and 65 and a nice strong breeze coming from the south. It is beautiful weather today. But this morning, the main agenda for chores is feed. Currently, Dad's coming up the road right now with a skid steer bucket full of silage. And then we have a wagon full of silage down there for the dairy herd. We also got to move some hay, which is exciting. I get to fire up the Oliver, put him to work. He does have the chains on him yet, but that's okay. We're just crossing the yard here. I'm not too worried about beating up the chains. So let's get him fired up and go get that wagon and stage it up by the hay barn so that we can get some of those small hay square bales moved and in front of the dry cow and heifer barn. As I was saying, it's a big feeding day. These girls just got all their silage here about 10 minutes ago, and they are loving it. They are very happy, especially because before we brought the silage here, we had the manger cleaned up pretty well. So they're ready for some fresh new food to show up. And here's all the heifers in the bowl. They're doing well. As for an update on the silage, still battling that mold with all this warm weather we're having. I'm gonna hop back on the Oliver and we'll make our way up to the hay barn here. Moving this, Dad is grabbing the 686 with that silage. I'll try to catch a glimpse of him here, help him get unhooked here by the dairy barn. He's gonna go put his lumber away. If you guys have been paying attention to the videos, you know that we've been using that sawmill that he got this last Christmas here. But I figured I'd show you what we accomplished over here in the calf barn. All these girls Got some new silage. Looks like the chickens are taking advantage of it too. And the young calves, the young side, just got a fresh layer of bedding. Same with the back over there. Just kind of keeping up on the bedding pack, keeping it nice and clean. The other side, they'll have another day or two before we clean them out. It's about halfway used up, half dirtied up, I guess you could say. I am gonna make my way back over to the dairy barn, and before I load that trailer up with hay, I'm gonna finish everything in the dairy barn. We are gonna finish spreading out the straw for the stalls, and then also feed the hay in there. I just threw all that down and got the manure cleaned up in there right before he got up here with that first load of silage. And then I had to move over here to help him manage that stuff. Got them 4 bales of hay spread out. We're not feeding a whole lot in the barn, being it's so warm, they're not eating a whole lot. And we're also feeding them hay out back in that feeder wagon yet too. With this winter, they're not, their energy needs aren't as high. It's just so warm and so nice. So I guess that's a plus. It really scares me though, what this summer's gonna bring if we're having a winter like this. But it's good for now, I guess. Okay, I just finished up in the barn, got everything bedded up, and threw down some lime to help dry out the walk and keep it nice and slip resistant, nice and dry. Dad, he finished moving his lumber, and then he started working on the project I started. He started moving some hay up there or throwing it into the wagon. So let's run up there quick and help him finish that up. Okay, we got all that hay moved. This hay is from the middle of our hay barn over the top of the dairy barn there, or in the dairy barn. This is some older hay. It's not super old, but there were a couple bales with some of that thistle twine on it, that more natural twine, and we haven't used that stuff in a long time, so that was interesting to see. And when it comes to choosing what hay to feed to what animals, we try to feed our older, stemmier, maybe grassier hay to our heifers and our dry cows, and then like our young stock, like our baby calves, we try to feed them some really premium green grass type hay, similar to this outer bale here. And then for the dairy cows, they get the more premium hay, the newer hay, the hay that consists of a lot more alfalfa, higher protein content, just more nutrient dense, being they call for the most energy, being they're producing milk. They're the ones producing the income on the farm, so they get the high-end hay, the nicer stuff. Not that this isn't some nice hay, this is still some really nice hay. It kept well, it was made right. It's actually some really good heifer hay, so I wouldn't be opposed feeding this to dairy cows either. It's just when we have options, we're going to feed the more premium, higher protein, more alfalfa based hay to our dairy cows. Especially if you think of how we're feeding, you know, you got to feed way more of that hay to get the same nutrient requirements out of those alfalfa bales than premium alfalfa bales. So when we have room to have a large quantity of feed, we might as well feed that type of feed out here versus in the dairy barn. Don't you just love seeing those cows relaxing out in the sun, taking advantage of this nice day? I thought I'd come up here and check over the dairy herd because I thought I seen a cow riding earlier in heat when we were moving some hay. Wasn't able to catch her in the couple minutes when I was standing there watching, but maybe we'll catch her later today. Figure out which cow that was. I also wanted to bring up to you guys, being it's kind of tax season for me right now, let me know in the comments down below if you guys would be interested in knowing the number side of agriculture and Gierok Farms. You know, we won't get too into detail, but the number side of the business really fascinates me. I love talking numbers, so if that's something you guys would want to learn about or you think would make a good video that you would like to watch, let me know down in the comments. But I'm going to end off the video here. Thank you all for sticking to the end. It was a nice, short, chore type video. Like always, make sure to check out GierokFarms.com and also make sure to watch our other videos if you haven't already. That's going to be it. We will see all of you next time.